everyone, and welcome back to another Warframe video. Today I want to talk about the upcoming Warframe Jade and why I think she's more than just the ultimate support Warframe in the game. So basically, this is the first Warframe with 2 aura mods as her passive. There are endless possibilities in here on what type of auras you would want to equip, but the best in my opinion is combining any aura that you like with the Steel Charge aura mod. 2 aura mods mean more mod capacity, and we know that Steel Charge does give more mod capacity when equipped, aside from the fact that it also gives you bonus melee damage. Power Donation is also a good choice, but I won't recommend it since judging from her abilities, the Warframe needs a decent amount of power strength for the slow effect, armor strip, and even on her heal and damage over time skills. Another thing that you should take note is that Jade will also have a second passive that allows her first ability and ultimate ability to pair and debuff enemies with a damage vulnerability. Now, we are only talking about her passive abilities and it's already looking good. Moving on, her first ability will be like the heal mode of Wisp, but on steroids. This ability allows you to create a well of light that heals allies and hurts enemies. Those who enter the well will be surrounded by judgments. The Warframe and her allies inside the well receive a buff that heals by a percentage of their max health per second. The heal buff duration is infinite within the well, and its timer begins countdown once outside the well. Enemies inside the well receive damage per tick and are debuffed with judgment from Jade's passive. Just like what I have said, it works like the heal modes, wherein you receive a heal buff when you are inside the circle, and it will have a duration when you leave the circle. But aside from the heal, it also damages enemies that are within the healing circle. Probably this is a big slap in the face for Wisp, but I don't think that the Warframe becomes obsolete as opposed to what many players think. Remember that Jade only copies the healing part of Wisp, but the Warframe's best feat is that she can buff the attack speed, fire rate, and movement speed of allies with her haste mode. Wisp will still be relevant after Jade Shadow's update, but you now have the option to either use Wisp or the new Warframe. Next, let's talk about her second ability, which allows you to pick from 3 buffs available at her disposal. The Power of the 7 aura bestows increased ability strength to all other abilities, allowing strength stat snapshot by said abilities while the hymn is selected. The second aura is called Deathbringer, and it bestows increased weapon damage. The last aura is called Spirit of Resilience, which bestows increased shield regeneration, allowing shield recharge to flow into overshields until the overshield cap. Due to overshield's functionality, overshields will remain until destroyed by enemy attacks when the hymn is swapped for another. The Warframe will be invulnerable while casting an aura, and she won't deplete energy when cycling through her auras. For me, nothing beats an Intrepid Stance Dianax as the best support Warframe. It gives shield and overshield per kill, and it also gives overguard per hit with his 4th ability while you have its augment equipped. Not to mention that it also gives insane energy regeneration through the rally point ability that becomes busted when you pair it with Nourish. However, Jade is kind of interesting because she almost got every needed support ability except for energy regeneration, and I think this is one of the selling points of the Warframe. She even got a slow and defense strip with her 3rd ability. This ability is called Ophanamize, which is also the subsumed ability of the Warframe. What this skill does is allow Jade to assemble a choir, accusing all who stand within her line of sight in a conical gaze. Enemies in her gaze take heat damage per half a second, are drastically slowed with reduced action speed, and are gradually stripped of their shield and armor defenses over time. Once an enemy's defenses are completely stripped, that enemy receives 2 stacks of heat status effects, accumulating these stacks for other nearby enemies and unleashing them upon their defense strip. In addition, she can revive fallen allies in a bleed out state, halt their bleed out timer, and gradually gain revive progress until full revival. Now, this ability is not only superb with Wisp, but also as a subsumed version in your favorite Warframe. But like always, I won't hype this ability so much and expect the worst case scenario so I won't get disappointed. Jade's 3rd ability is like a combination of Pillage and Gloom, and it's like a death stare mechanic wherein you slow enemies in defense strip while staring directly at them. In addition, it revives fallen allies, and in my opinion, it's one of the most broken subsume abilities because it provides support, crowd control, and defense strip. Probably Digital Extremes will be altering the subsume version of the Helminth, but if not, then this will be a top-tier Helminth ability. Nonetheless, this skill is super busted with Jade and makes up for her lack of any damage reduction or survivability skills. Most probably, we will be relying on shield gating mechanic and crowd control for survivability, but we will see if Digital Extremes will change something before release. On top of this, she also got her 4th ability, Glory on High, which allows Jade to soar into the sky with her seraphic wings unfurled, gaining directional flight-based movement while expending energy per second, just like what we see on Hildren's 4th ability but way faster. While active, Jade holsters away her weapons and only equips her exalted laser weapon, Glory. You can mod this weapon on the arsenal loadout before the mission starts, and this primary weapon is a fire laser attack and alternate fire which detonates judgment debuffs on enemies into damaging Jade light explosions. This ability synergies well with her first called Light's Judgment, and it also applies judgment debuff to enemies, enemies, which Glory's alternate fire can detonate into Jade light explosions. So basically, Jade is not just a support powerhouse, but can also hold her own with debuffs, damage over time, and possible nuking with her exalted weapon. The defense strip is just great for the Warframe, and knowing that she deals heat damage primarily, I can say that almost all enemies are fucked up while Jade is on the mission. Truly, Digital Extremes are creating modern power creep monster Warframes, and right after Dante, we get another Warframe that has the perks of multiple Warframes, but she does it better. However, this will not make Warframes like Wisp, Trinity, or even Hildren obsolete. Wisp will stay as a strong support alternative, while Trinity will still be relevant since the Warframe is not just a support right now, but a killer in Omni Avoid Cascade missions. In terms of Hildren, she will always be that tough shield and shield gating girl with the defense strip on her pillage ability. Do you know who is obsolete after Jade arrives in Warframe? It's our GOAT Oberon. Dubbed as the jack of all trades that can support a team with his abilities, but in reality, all of these abilities are nowhere as powerful as the newer Warframes right now. Oberon will get slapped and will fall even further into the pit of mastery rank fodder Warframes. Jade is just too much for the Warframe as she got almost all important support skills in the game, and judging from how her mechanics and gameplay works, the new Warframe is more fluid in combining her abilities to work together compared to our old Oberon. My only wish is that Digital Extremes will fine-tune Jade during release so we don't get another Dante experience again. Finally, I released a video a couple weeks ago talking about Jade powers and how it's connected with the Jade Light lore in Warframe. In case you don't know, the Jade Light was used by the Orokin as a means of executing defectors and those who opposed the law. Although we do not know the specifics of the Jade Light, we can safely assume that it was some sort of disintegration ray that turned the accused into nothing but mist and gore. The Orokin were known for their cruel, unjust, and ruthless punishments. It is also implied the Orokin could wield the Jade Light in man-portable weapons, as seen with the Myrmidon. I'm so glad that it turned out that my prediction was correct, and I'm very happy that we get a new Warframe that is based on the Warframe lore of the main antagonist in the game. This might also mean that Digital Extremes is setting us up to once again face the Orokin and continue where we left off during the new war quest line. I can't wait to finally get into a big battle with the Sentients and possibly more Orokin faction lores, and it's just exciting to see that Warframe keeps getting better and better despite being a 10 years old game. So that's all about it. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again in our next video. Squad Leader, signing off.